Hey everyone, how's it going? It's I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. You guys are new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashie. Hello, Dashie. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that thanks button down below. So, there's a little bit to go over. I was talking to Puddin' Cheeks this weekend, and he had mentioned that everything that you see on OUP, everything that you see the OMI utility program is going to be updated around once a month. So the reason why nobody has seen any progress in these progress bars since it launched is just because he has to go in there and manually update it. You'll see that about once a month. You might see it towards the end of this month. You might see that at the beginning of next month. Not 100% sure. Speaking of beginning of end of this month, what was supposed to happen, and which still might, is the crypto pay-in. Reese had said multiple times is either going to be the end of this month, and if there was a delay for reasons XYZ, it would just be a couple of weeks and test it out, and we should probably get it mid-December. My birthday is December 15th. I would really like to have it by that time. But if we don't, that's fine. We are still waiting for that last leg down for Bitcoin. A lot of people were really thinking it could reach like 12.5, give or take. And, plus or minus, 1,000 or so. If it does go and it does reach those levels or below that, and we see, we see OMI going another leg down to wherever it is, well, at that point, whenever that is, that's going to be around the same time, hopefully, that we have crypto pay-in. What happens when we have crypto pay-in? And a lot of people that have Ethereum are able to buy these gems. They don't have to sell it for USDT. They don't have to cash it out to a bank. They don't have to pay taxes on it. They don't have to do a transfer fee to buy gems. They could just do ETH to gem. What happens with that? Well, a lot of the liquidity pool fills up with those from those fees. So you get some gems that go there. It's going to be great when people want to buy gems with OMI. And then you're going to have a lot of people go and buy up a lot of the floors. You're going to have even people that just want to buy cheap stuff. Maybe they don't have, 100 ETH. Maybe they don't have $20,000 worth of ETH. Maybe they only have half an ETH. Well, what are some certain things that you can get? A lot of cheap stuff from DesignerCon, you can get for $30 or less. There's a couple of James Bond things that you can get for like $45 or less. The DesignerCon dude, the Scott Tolstein one from London, that's $10 on the secondary. That's $10 in secondary. Allison Bamcat has something that was $40 on the store, $27 on the secondary. People are spending X, and their mistake is not spending X. Their mistake is selling it for Y. What is value? The value is their mistakes minus your mistakes. If your mistakes equal less the amount of their mistakes, then that is the value. That is where you win. That's what I see a lot of people doing. I see a lot of people buying something for X, and then selling for Y down here, and that's where you can perceive a lot of value. Some other things that I want to show you guys that I haven't, again, some of the James Bond sets that Scott Tolstein, a bunch of DesignerCon stuff. A lot of these things I do have because they are cheap. Because I haven't been... I do have 59 sets. So out of those 59 sets, and again, I only had, 50 like a couple weeks ago. I just add a little bit more because some of them are really, really cheap. But eventually, you're going to see people go and they're not going to buy off the secondary. Because when MCP comes out and it shows you that, you get more MCP points from buying from the store than from the secondary, then a lot of those things sell out, and then you have to buy from the secondary. When you have to buy the secondary because there's none from the store, how much is that worth to you? Well, it's going to be worth, depending on the person, someone you get an untainted, someone that has not had that collectible before. You could either have a long list of transfers. This has been through so many people. We all know certain things that have been through so many people, whether it be Toby or other things. And then you could go and say, well, I also want more MCP points. If that's more valuable to you, you'll spend the extra 15, 20, 30 gems for that. And then when you can't, you're going to try to find someone that has it directly from the store, not somebody that's had it, 8 different times. What are some things that people might not expect to go away real quick? Well, I'll show you. There's one person that I ran into at DesignerCon, and he allowed me to take a picture of his phone. His vault value is 124,000 still right now. But as you see right there, Pluto, the lenticular Pluto card, has 335 of them. Do you want to know how many of them are in total? Well, there's 6,666. Comment whatever you want down for that number. But if that's the whole supply, not including what's in circulation right now, which is $118, there's 54 of them, this person has 5% of the total supply of all that there is. You see that none were burned, and you see that there are no remaining additions. This person has 5% of that, the Pluto first appearance of this on the blockchain, which is absolutely bananas. You want to know what other stuff people are buying? Y'all know how you people were making fun of Thors? This dude has a bunch of the sub 50s of the Thors, of the DeLoreans. Got 2 secret rare Miles Moraleses already. Look at the sub 40s. A matching sub 40 set, matching 35 of Jake and Finn. This person has put, and again, taking a look at all of the Disney posters, has put probably a couple $100,000 into this particular account. And this goes on for several. We got a bunch of the Mighties. This goes on for a minute that I'm scrolling here. Why is this important? And why did I mention the Mighties as well? There is something going on with Namor. There is something that I think other whales that I'm not privy to. This one person, this one whale that put a couple $100,000 into this account. I had no idea who this person was. I had no idea. This person is generally very, very quiet. This person shall remain nameless. When I asked him about it, and he says, okay, well, look at a bunch of stuff that's in the Veve-verse. Like, he says that you think that we're not going to be able to use a bunch of this stuff in the Veve-verse. And he's going with first appearances. First appearances on the blockchain mean something. I mean, it does for most collecting, but in general, what I've noticed is that a lot of people are putting a lot of emphasis on first appearance right now. That could change in the future, where they could say, well, okay, the first appearance of, Green Lantern on the blockchain is on Palm. And that could stand the test of time. If it was, why is it selling for like $1? But the first appearance premium digital collectible that you could use inside the metaverse, well, that's probably going to be, if that happens to be on Veve, that's probably going to be worth a little bit more. I think when things go on Veve, it does garner a little bit of a premium. And something I've noticed with this particular set, the Black Panther Marvel Mighties, is that generally the Namor, which I said would be above 200, and it was between 230 and 250. And every time it would go to 230, it would go right back up to 250. Somebody would buy it. I know one person that has 8 of them, of the Namors. Now I know multiple people that have multiple of them. Kelly the Veve Fox, at Rootless Girl, who was just on Paul Barron Network with Foster Hill. Definitely go watch that 45-minute video. Had done a transaction of the loss, and that updates every day. More and more people are getting this Namor every day. And now it's at 275. And again, I have 2 of these. I don't think I would sell. The reason I have 2 is just because I want that airdrop. If you have the whole set, you get an airdrop. Most likely it's going to be Black Panther Shuri version. Because we already have a Black Panther, for T'Challa Black Panther, so the Shuri Black Panther should be the one that's coming. Again, hopefully. This is very interesting because I didn't expect it to get this high, and the snapshot isn't until the 27th. So the snapshot is still 5 days away, so that's 5 extra days that people have where they're just like, you know what, yeah. Now granted, some people are going to be buying OMI, as I am. I'm at like 149 0.4 million OMI. I'm so close to that 150 mark. But again, when we have crypto pay-in, if crypto pay-in comes before the snapshot, what does this go to 400? What do these things go to? Even if crypto pay-in comes after, let's say this gets cut in half and it goes down to 137.5, because that's half of 275. Let's say 137. Let's say 140. Well, that 140, if we take a look at its most similar counterpart, would be Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray Bill, I think, was a little more well-known and a little more, awesome than Namor, especially in the movie, even though Namor is a very, very important character. he's only about 150, and there's 500 more of Beta Ray Bill than there is of Namor. So I don't know how they would be the same, especially because of the importance of Namor in the future of the MCU. He plays a very big part in the Illuminati and in the cabal of Thanos. So you really have something that I think could be, again, and that's before crypto pay-in. And I had also mentioned in another video or in a live stream with Taps that there's supposed to be about 6 new Marvel Mighty sets next year. If everyone wants to collect a bunch of those Marvel Mighty sets, if they want to collect all the Batman Black and White sets, Marvel Mighty sets, Back to the Future sets, whatever, there's going to be those people. How do I know? How do I know there's going to be those people? Let me read you a story. It's very quick. Be me. Be in 4th grade. Bring 3 sharpeners to school. Friend tells me that's a lot of sharpeners. Bring 3 more sharpeners the next day. Pencil sharpeners, obviously. Friend gives me his sharpener to grow my collection. Start collecting more and more sharpeners. Go to stationery store every week to buy more sharpeners. Collect about 70 sharpeners by the end of the month. Start bringing a tiny bag to carry the sharpeners. English teacher asks for a sharpener. Offer her the bag thinking she'd be impressed. Sees all my sharpeners and writes a note to my parents. Only allowed to bring 1 sharpener. Idea.jpg. Make a huge sharpener out of cardboard. Dad helps me to color it with red and silver spray paint. Display it on my table during the English period. Get sent to the office. Fun days. This person was not even trying to make money. This person was not trying to get in trouble. This person just thought it was cool. Like, did not have an affinity for sharpeners beforehand. This person just happened to buy 3. That's a lot. Oh, I guess I'll carry on with a joke. How many times has Brock McBlockchain joked about buying Korras? About buying those Myrmicornos? How many times has he joked about buying the most asinine things on this app? Again, I love Korra. I have a Korra. I think they're great. But like, what's probably going to do better long term? Is it going to be, I don't know, an Elsa or a common Myrmicorno? Probably Elsa. Just, throwing that out there. I think that collecting is an innate thing that humans, it had to be. It had to have some type of evolutionary advantage. And this is biology. People are going to want to collect. Maybe you don't want to collect all the DesignerCon stuff, even though they're very, very cheap master collector points. They're very, very cheap to complete a lot of those sets. Maybe you don't want to collect, Disney. It's not your thing. But everyone's going to collect some things, and there's going to be many people that are going to want to collect the Marvel Mighties. And currently that is the scarcest Marvel Mighty, is Namor, up until Shuri comes. When Shuri comes, she'll be, again, assuming it is Shuri, that next Black Panther. Why do I have a bunch of the secret rare alligator Lokis? Because that is the scarcest secret rare at 800. Anyway, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Scan me. Scan me. Scan me. All right, bye again. Meow, meow, meow.